Gen Z is surrounded by people all day and still ends up alone. That's what makes it different. You can be in 5 group chats, 2 Discord servers, have streaks with people, follow hundreds of accounts, and still go to sleep feeling like nobody actually knows you. This is a new kind of loneliness. Older generations had loneliness too, but ours has this weird fake social version of it. You're always around noise, always around messages, always around updates, always seeing faces, and somehow real connection keeps getting rarer. That's why this generation feels so off. From the outside, it looks social, but from the inside, a lot of it feels empty. A lot of Gen Z has replaced real interactions with low-risk versions of it. Typing, sending memes, replying with one line, talking through a fake persona, being close to people you would feel awkward standing to in real life. That gap is bigger than people think. The internet made it way too easy to avoid the hard parts of socializing. You don't need to read body language through a screen. You don't need to deal with awkward silence. You don't have to hold eye contact. You don't have to risk your voice sounding nervous. You can type, delete, rewrite, edit, take your time, choose a perfect angle, send the cool version of yourself, and hide the part that is scared. Do that for long enough and real life starts getting harder than it should. That's one of the reasons people struggle so hard right now, especially with girls. A lot of guys say they want a girlfriend. What they actually have is no clue how to speak to a girl without their whole body tensing up. And that doesn't come out of nowhere. If most of your social life happens through a screen, your confidence starts becoming screen specific too. You get comfortable in the places where you can edit yourself. Then real life shows up and you feel unprepared. Now there's no control Z, no 10 minutes to think of a reply, no filtered photo, no acting nonchalant. It's just you, your voice, your face, your presence. That's why so many guys freeze. Not because they're cursed, but because they trained the wrong area. A lot of guys are also frying their brain with this porn, fake intimacy, fake women, fake access, fake confidence. That stuff ruins the way people see relationships. It makes them want to feel close to someone without learning how to create real closeness. It makes a normal girl seem less interesting than some hyper-edited fake version of a woman that you've been feeding your brain for years. Then they wonder why real interaction feels awkward or stressful. I could go on and on about that topic and make it a separate video, but it does belong here for one reason. It makes loneliness worse. Because now you're not just alone, you're training yourself away from real connection while telling yourself you still want it. That's a brutal combination. And it's not only about romance, it shows up in basic conversations too. A lot of Gen Z genuinely struggles to speak properly, not in some snobby grammar police way, in a real life way. Their vocabulary is weak, their attention is weak, their ability to explain a thought clearly is weak. They talk in clips, in internet phrases, in recycled slang, in bits they picked up from streamers and comment sections. And then when it's time to actually say something that matters, they can't carry the weight of the moment, because they've never practiced it. That matters more than people realize, because communication is not some extra skill, it's life. It's how you make friends, how you talk to women, how you calm conflict down, how you present yourself, how you earn trust, how you make opportunities happen. A guy who can actually speak clearly already has an advantage over a huge number of people his age, not because he's a genius, but because so many other people sound like their brains were built by social media. That's another reason Gen Z feels lonelier. People are worse at the very thing that creates loneliness: conversation. Real, present, human conversation. A lot of people don't know how to ask a real question, how to listen, how to hold a thought for more than 5 seconds, how to tolerate a pause without panicking and grabbing their phone, how to stay in a conversation instead of trying to escape into a safer version of themselves. And here is the sad part. A lot of them know they're like this. They know they're awkward. They know their confidence drops in real life. They know they've become more comfortable online than in person. That awareness makes it even worse, because now every interaction comes with self-consciousness. Now they ain't just talking, they're watching themselves talk. That's how social anxiety grows. You start thinking about your own voice while using it. You start wondering how your face looks while somebody is speaking to you. You start thinking about whether you sound stupid instead of actually listening. That's exhausting. And once a person gets stuck in that loop, they start avoiding more and more. They don't go to the playground when they're younger because they don't want to deal with other kids. They stay quiet in class. They avoid speaking first. They avoid talking to girls they actually like. They stay home more. They get more comfortable alone. Then later they tell themselves they just prefer being by themselves. Sometimes that's true, but a lot of the time it's just fear that got a comfortable bedroom and a Wi-Fi connection. And I know all of this because I used to be like that. When I was younger, even going to the playground could feel heavy. Not because anything was necessarily terrible there, but because I didn't want to deal with the social part of it. Walking up to people, starting something, saying something first, feeling like I might be awkward. A lot of people know that feeling exactly. And the good thing is, it doesn't have to stay your whole identity. That kind of weakness grows when you feed it, and shrinks when you challenge it. That's the part people need to hear. You don't need to solve loneliness by waiting for the perfect friend group or perfect girl to appear and save you. You solve it by becoming more socially alive, by becoming somebody who can actually step into the world and interact with it. That starts smaller than people think. You don't have to turn into some loud extrovert overnight. You start by getting your social battery moving again. Say good morning to someone random. Look people in the eye when you thank them. Ask a simple question instead of staying in your head. Make one small comment to a cashier instead of acting like human interaction is some giant test. Give someone a real compliment without making it weird. Talk to people in normal moments. Not because every interaction has to lead somewhere, but because social ability is built the same way anything else is built. With reps. That's what Gen Z keeps trying to skip. Reps. They want instant confidence, instant charisma, instant riz, instant chemistry. It simply doesn't work like that. The guy who can walk up to a girl and speak like a normal human did not unlock some magic gene. Most of the time, he simply has more reps than other people. He's less shocked by eye contact, less shaken by silence, less fragile when something comes out slightly wrong. That's a huge difference. The loneliest generation is also one of the most fragile in ordinary social situations. That should tell you something. And there's one more thing. A lot of loneliness today isn't just nobody likes me. It's more like I don't even feel solid enough to be myself and meet life properly. That's a real confidence problem. Not fake confidence, not ego, real confidence. The kind that comes from handling discomfort and surviving it. The kind that comes from knowing you can speak, try, risk awkwardness, and not fall apart. The kind that comes from not needing to hide in a fake online version of yourself all the time. That confidence changes everything. It makes friendship easier, dating easier, conversation easier, life easier. Not because the world got softer, but because you got more capable. So if you want the answer, it's not complicated. Get off the fake social media treadmill for a bit. Talk more in real life. Talk even when you feel a little awkward. Build your vocabulary by actually speaking and reading instead of living off of clips and streamer slang. Stop feeding your mind fake intimacy if you want real intimacy later. Put yourself in situations that force you to be present. Walk outside, join things, ask things, say things first. You're not gonna think your way out of loneliness. You're not gonna scroll your way out of it either. At some point, you have to go back into real life and let it be uncomfortable for a while. That's how the confidence comes back. That's how people stop being strangers to each other. Because right now, Gen Z has a lot of contact and not enough connection. A lot of access and not enough closeness. A lot of talking and not enough conversation. A lot of friends and not enough people they can actually call. That's why this generation feels lonely. Not because there's no people left or something, but because there isn't enough reality in the way people relate anymore. And if that's ever going to change, it will not start with a better app. It will start the old-fashioned way. One real conversation, one real friendship, one real act of courage, one real moment where you stop hiding behind the safer version of yourself and show up as a person instead.